my mother-in-law was immediately having to stop driving, and so that was going to leave her completely dependent on other people, and that was going to be really hard. So even though they had been in that home for 50 years and had lots of good neighbors and friends, not being able to drive and get around was going to be, I think, a huge shift for them. I knew though right away I wanted to hire proactive seniors because I knew there were too many places for us to research. And so when we sat in on the interview, we all had in our minds, my husband and sister-in-law and I, we had in our minds what the answers were going to be. And then I watched Kathy do the interview and listened to my mother and father-in-law's answers with a new perspective, and I realized that some of their answers were shockingly different than ours. Somehow Kathy was able to piece it all together so that the places we looked at ended up serving all of us as well. So that was such a huge eye-opening part of it for me. The other thing is I didn't realize how much having confidence in the decision meant to me. So after they were placed, I mean, my mother and father-in-law had to give up everything so suddenly. The house they had lived in for over 50 years, everything changed for them in a matter of months. And so of course there was going to be a lot of heartbreak and heart opening. And during the heartbreak times, I know I would have been second guessing our decision all the way. I would have been saying, did we check all the places? Maybe we should have looked here, maybe we should have looked there. And with the work that Proactive Seniors did for us and what Kathy did for us, I never once second guessed our decision, and I was able then to deal with the heartbreak instead of going back with regret. And so being present to what they were facing every step of the way was so much easier because my head wasn't spinning back to, did I do the right thing? And that was worth its weight in gold for me. When they were in the house, we were basically running errands, doing chores, trying to keep the house kept up, trying to make sure they were getting just to their appointments. I mean, of course there's still that, but now we're not worried about them socially. I think the removal of worry from the relationship is what's changed the most. I felt like every time I went to the house, I was nervous about what I was going to see and how was I going to have the conversation about how is this going to change. And now there's none of that. It's we are where we are, and oh, who's entertaining tonight is the question, or is there a barbecue this weekend is the question. And that's huge for us. Mm-hmm. And being in a seniors environment where there's a van that can take them, they're actually closer to us, so it's easier for us to get to them. Even just being able to go downstairs and be in a public space, so downstairs from their room, and to be in the dining area with other people. They don't have to be always socializing or visiting, but just to be out with other people instead of just the two of them in their home with a TV. That to me has been the biggest difference. Of course, there's all the other added benefits, the cooking, the gym right there, all those things. I think those have made such a difference for them in their aging process. And they're able to focus on some of the other things that are more enjoyable, like the going for a drive on the bus to Turner Valley for lunch, or out to Canmore. And my mother-in-law's really been involved in that, and that's been wonderful for her. And for my father-in-law, just to have the people around, if he's not feeling well, he's not nervous and anxious saying, I think I have to go to the hospital again. Now he calls the nurse on site, and somebody's there to pay attention and to be present for his needs. My father-in-law's response a year later was, as far as I'm concerned, everything went perfectly. And I can't even explain the gratitude I have when I heard that answer, the gratitude I have for Proactive Seniors for being part of those solutions.